Make me rip out my boots. Here we go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another review here at 3 Shades of Whatever. We got a little bit of a Game of Thrones. I was going to say House of the Dragon.
I thought you were.
I was going to say that.
It's going to be both.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
You see they did that? They brought back the original,
Yeah,
on the second episode, they brought back the original themes.
How do we feel about that?
I was cool with it.
I love it. Dude, what is a Game of Thrones episode, regardless of House of the Dragon or whatever season?
I love that they redid the new map shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't have it ready for episode 1. And they're like, fuck it, we'll just do this.
You need that song to hype up, man.
Dude, it got me going.
Speaking of the map, the actual map is ancient Valyria. It's a city that he's building in his little his chambers. That's what is happening there.
You know, his little carving and shit.
Yeah. And then all the bloodlines from every Targaryen.
Yeah.
It's like where the Targaryen started, and each symbol is a different Targaryen. We're not going to break down the intro. We're just saying that's what it does.
Off into other,
You see the houses are in it. Like there's a little point where you see like different houses, and I think it's representative of the wars to come. All that stuff. It's like the storyline is in the intro, and they did that in the last show too.
Absolutely,
cool.
100%.
The song is
cool.
instrumental.
Like, I don't know if you noticed, but on the original show, on the map in the beginning of the episode, it would basically show wherever they were going to focus during the show.
Which makes you wonder, is that going to change every episode now?
Yes, 100%.
100%.
Yes.
So.
100%.
I think
Yes.
so.
100%.
Yeah.
It's going to go back to the same original way for sure.
You have a different pattern.
They're
every
going to
time.
give you basically an Easter egg, if you will, for the episode you're about to watch in the intro.
Nice. I like that.
Mini Easter eggs.
You know, I dig it. I really do.
It is April.
It was what did we started out about 6 months past the last episode. Ended up about a year past it.
I think it's a 6 months,
including travel time.
It started at 6 months, and by the end of the episode, I think
again,
they
had to get their shit together to head to friggin' Dragonstone, but we'll get there. It starts off with the friggin'. Remember when I was talking about when the king cut his finger on the last on the throne?
Yeah.
Now that finger's like gone and
It's
rotted
wrapped
away.
up and rotted.
It's been 6 months and he's still not healed.
Yeah,
You know? Oh, just stick your hand in a bowl of maggots.
Yeah. He's having a hell of a time.
That was their medicine.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty friggin' effective, to be real.
I love Game of Thrones, like magic and medicine, and how they stay kind of primitive, but kind of. It's so interesting. This world is so interesting.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's awesome. And I'm really glad, as a quick point, that he didn't marry the 12-year-old.
That freaked me out a bit.
So
it really did.
I know, and
I
when
saw
Dad's
her-
pissed that he's not diddling his 12, like, dude, don't be
So,
a douche,
whose
you weirdo.
daughter? So, Corlys Valerian, right?
Yeah,
Corlys
yeah,
Valerian,
yes.
that guy. He's cool as hell, by the way.
I dig the dude, and I knew he was going to run to Daemon, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't know that.
I was like,
Yeah, of course.
I know where he's walking out. I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
The fact of the matter is, when he looks at his options,
Yeah.
what do you think is
To get what he wants,
Exactly.
that's the best option at hand now.
Yeah.
He offers her. I don't know.
Weird.
But here's the thing, though. It's like she's like 12, and Alicent Hightower is like 15.
I get
it's
that
like,
too, but still, it's a
it's
little,
like,
it's
I
a
will be-
little better.
At least he could bed her now because they bed them
I
at
know,
14.
but the thing was,
I don't think he really wanted to marry.
They bedded them once they bled. As bad as that sounds.
That's so bad.
But I mean, to be honest, that was
That's
the
what
way
it was,
in medieval times and all this shit.
All right,
Back
that's
in
what
the
they
day
did.
it was. You
When
know,
I
it was the
saw
thing.
her face, and I was like, when
She
her
turned,
face,
it was like, oh my!
Oh,
when I saw
yeah.
how short she was.
Made
I was
my
like,
freaking stomach.
please tell me she's like a
Yeah.
little person or something.
But at least the king in the show, he looks squirmy. He's like, I don't
You
like
know,
this.
dude, I literally
He
said
should
to my
be
lady
squirmy.
while we were watching it, I'm like, at least you can see the strife in him.
Yeah.
And you know
over it.
what's crazy is King Viserys actually seems like a really good guy.
He doesn't seem like a bad
seems like
dude.
a normal dude. He's just like, bro, I'm
Throne's like,
trying
nope.
not to-
Yep.
The only,
No.
the only thing though is, do you agree with the way he's handling those second sons, that crab feeder?
No, dude,
Like, why is he
his
so-
daughter was 100%
Yeah.
right. Get on my dragon, let me have a flyby.
Yeah.
Why is he so afraid of that?
I don't know.
He
We haven't never fought with them, the free folk or whatever the fuck
He's
they were.
trying
Not
to
the free
keep
folk. What the hell were they called?
What?
What was the name of the peoples?
Of
It was free something.
The crab people!
The second sons?
No, but they had the towns, whatever the fuck they called.
It
all
was
the
free
different-
something.
We never fought with these.
Yeah.
Oh, the free cities from Azos?
Free cities, that's what I was talking about.
So yeah, they avoid conflict with any of the free city armies because they know it'll be too much like too large of a war.
Yeah.
Suck
Azos
with names.
Yeah.
Azos has like 9 free cities or whatever, but we're not going to get into all that. But he's using that excuse to not take care of this problem.
Yes.
Which is pretty interesting because that guy Corlys Velaryon, he's ahead of a very important
He's the head
house.
of the Navy, though, isn't he?
So they're the only.
That got me thinking. We'll get there.
The Targaryens rarely marry out of the Targaryen bloodline, but when they do, they most often do it with the Velaryons because they're both of their origins can be from Valyria.
Exactly right.
So, he's really like, you know, the guy said his ships were involved with this crab feeder guy and the second sons, which apparently means they're the second sons of noble houses. So I guess they're the forgotten sons or whatever.
They were because they both had older brothers.
Right.
So, but here's a question for you. He is the most powerful naval guy right now, right?
Uh-huh.
That makes me think and go back to the Game of Thrones. When does the Iron Islands come involved then? Because they were the rulers of the sea in 100 and so odd years.
Well,
later.
I don't know where House Velaryon is right now. The original, so the Targaryens and the Velaryons were on 2 islands outside of Westeros.
Yes.
So I guess they were good at making ships because they needed to.
My point is how did the guys from the Iron Islands in Game of Thrones 70 years later, whatever it was, now they're the rulers of the sea. What happened to these guys?
The Iron Islands are still there. I mean, they're there. They're
But
just
you know
not
what I'm saying? If these are the rulers of the freaking sea right now, did they fall when the Targaryen family fell?
I'm thinking they did.
Oh, you're going a little bit in the future. Yeah, the Velaryons.
I'm not in the future. I'm talking all the way to the end.
The Velaryons are extinct in Game of Thrones.
I know
family's
that.
gone.
No, I'm not talking about them. The Valyrians. These guys. The silver hair motherfuckers.
Yeah, they're like they're not called Valerian. They're like
the
Valerians.
It's almost pronounced the same.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Yeah,
you know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I know what you're saying.
So why do they disappear? Do they go out with the Targaryens? Who do the Targaryens the one take them out?
I think and I don't.
That might happen during this series.
Look, just a quick
That's my thought process.
Just a spoiler alert, unspoiler alert. I never read the books, so I don't actually know, and I don't want to know.
I don't want to know either.
But there's so many hints of what's happening that.
Did you ever hear Joe Rogan talk about that?
What?
I love the show The Game of Thrones, but I hate everybody who read the books. It's weird. It's a conundrum. You know, there's one of those things that people do where they tell you they read the book just to let you know that they read.
Not to give any spoilers, because I don't really know, so don't listen to this if you don't want to know. I think they go extinct in a war that's coming.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying.
Because, so like Corlys Velaryon or whatever, he's going to Daemon Targaryen, you know.
And that's going to cause his demise.
So, obviously... But that's the only thing is like why the king wouldn't help in this situation. I disagree with the king's judgment. I agree. He should have just went in there and did something.
Well, for some reason, the king does not understand that he's in between a rock and a hard place. Every decision that he's making now is causing all kinds of. It's like causing just tremors.
Yeah, you got all these vultures floating around waiting for a sniff.
Everything he's doing,
and they're all trying to play him in a certain way. You know,
it's all wrong.
Yeah, and what is with the freaking queen who never was? You need to, even though you are kind of telling her truth, you could go about it a little cooler. Yeah. You seem douchey.
And that's why
but it could be tough love. Like you gotta learn.
I agree with you.
But
do you really believe? Would you have taken it with those condescending looks, the tough love, or would it be like, just get the fuck out of here?
And then on top of that, you're trying to wed my father with your 12-year-old daughter.
Yeah,
like,
weird.
Come on, cuz.
Yeah.
This don't look right
as
at
a power move. Listen, if the way things look like they're going, obviously that would have been the best choice for old Viserys.
Oh,
here.
I agree. I agree, but
Viserys. I mean, it's called Viserys.
No, and I knew he was going to do. I was going to do it, but that's not what I meant. He was going to marry the Hightower. I knew it.
Yeah. Oh, we saw that coming. Otto Hightower. He was
playing the whole time.
Yeah.
He's like, go in there tonight. Make sure you're with him.
I think
make sure you're giving the old wet willy.
Littlefinger.
Yeah.
What's that?
I think Otto Hightower is this show's Littlefinger.
He is. Yeah. He's the schemer.
They're schemers. Schemers trying to control their little worlds.
Yeah.
And then by the
schemer.
But here's the thing, though. He looks like a schemer, and he comes off as a schemer. So it's like, who's being fooled by you, dude? You look like that's the only thing about this character.
Exactly. He's like Littlefinger.
Like, bro,
he was, you know.
I barely know you. I don't trust you.
He can play the role exactly. He talked to me like he comes in. He's like, "Hey, I am very trustworthy."
No.
Yeah, that's what I think. I'm like,
you're really not there, bud.
Right. Crossbow?
Yeah, exactly. Crossbow.
Yeah. Me no like Otto Hightower. I'm not a big Otto Hightower guy.
No, but I mean, we're going to see him fall eventually, which is, satisfying.
And, okay, so what... And I'm with you here, Greg, because I'm some of the things I'm just questioning, what did the king think was going to happen? And that's one of those things. What did you think was going to happen?
he wasn't playing. He's playing checkers. Everybody else is playing chess. He don't even realize everybody around him playing chess. That's his problem.
He has no clue.
It's like, oh, my relationship with my daughter is on edge. So I think I'll marry her.
Yeah, like seriously, that like, and even went to his daughter, talking to her about getting married again.
Right.
His daughter, like, she was accepting of the 12-year-old, which was freaking weird. But
That was weird.
I'm gonna say it every time. But
Yes.
why wouldn't her? I think she was even more mad at her friend, to be honest.
Yes, she was.
Why wouldn't either of them say something? They should have.
Yeah.
Should have.
She was hot.
I don't. Well, she knew Alicent Viserys knew that Alicent was going to talk to her father. No, she didn't know about those meetings.
And think about
I
this,
kind of
too,
forget
Greg.
that little.
No.
Think about this.
The Viserys asked her. He's like, you don't tell her about our little.
Oh,
talk."
yeah.
Yeah. And
That's
think
right.
about this.
That's right.
Her and her friend had conversations about her feelings toward everything that was
Yes.
going on. She was pouring out all
And
her
she's like,
soul.
and you're with my pop behind my.
And then this happens? Nah, you stabbed me in the back. It's war.
We all know where this shit's going.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be bad.
So Alicent Hightower versus Rhaenys
Oh, for
Targaryen.
sure.
Well, look, there's never.
Rhaenyra Targaryen.
Yeah, I don't think there's going
Rhaenys
to be.
is the queen who never was.
Yeah, I don't think that there's going to be a male airborne in this situation. I think King E's going to be dead long before that ever gets to happen. Of like gangrene or some
exactly.
shit.
Well,
Yeah,
here's the
of
thing.
maggot.
Let's talk about the.
Yeah.
Maggot overeating.
Yeah, exactly.
I keep hearing through the grapevine as well, and I try to avoid spoilers, but I hear that there's a lot of time jumps. There's a lot of time.
Oh, I'm hearing.
Yeah.
I did hear that as well.
I heard
Did you
too.
see the preview for the next episode? After?
Yeah, I think it's almost a year after this one.
It's a few years. He's got like a year old. He's got a baby now with Alicent in the preview.
Does he?
It's the first thing they show.
No, that's not what I heard.
That's the first thing they show, and it's a boy.
Okay.
And they just give that out, and it's the
Well,
boy has hair. He's like at least 8 months old. So there's another time
Okay.
jump.
So these splinters, these trimmers are now turning into earthquakes. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
In every direction.
Yeah.
So, okay, I forgot my man's name. But, so the Black Cat, he goes over to
It's Corlys.
Corlys. Corlys goes over to Daemon. Right?
Yes.
So, Corlys, they don't ride dragons, right?
No, only
No.
the Targaryens do.
So now that's where he has to go.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Who are you going to get to fight
Now
dragons?
here's the thing:
What a
it can
dragon.
get confusing because there's a lot of Valerians who can ride dragons, but that's because they're married and have Targaryen blood.
Right.
So it's just because it's say is there a female Targaryen and a male Valerian, you'll have the name Valerian and be able to ride a dragon, but it's because you have Targaryen blood. So
Right, but in his kingdom, does he have any that we know of anyway right now? Does he have anybody who can ride dragons? Which is why I'm thinking he went over to Daemon because he's like, all right, well,
yeah, he has to.
I know that I got beef. I see this beef over here. I see it brewing,
Very good point.
and I'm not having none of this. I got my navy, but if I have dragons coming from the sky,
Well, that was the whole
baking
point.
us,
because whoever they fight are also going to have dragons, so he needs to nullify that. That's a very good point.
and he sees the splitting of the houses like it's inevitable.
Yeah,
they
and he's
cannot
not
bring this
ha-
together
he's,
now.
He's not happy.
It's
He's
overfull.
he's insulted enough. He
Yes.
thinks it's insulting enough.
That's why I also said that they.
And also Otto.
Rhaenyra should
you
have
know.
took the dragon and just flown by the islands.
Yep.
You didn't have to burn anybody even.
Yep.
You just let them see it.
Yep.
That's
So
enough. Do a flyby.
Let's
That's
talk
enough.
about. Let's
Otto
talk,
playing that as well too. Playing
Exactly.
that little split there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
You know
anyway,
what I mean?
anyway.
Yeah.
He
yeah.
did. That was
right
him.
there. He jumped right up.
Yeah.
Maybe the princess would be better. At
Right.
something.
Oh, hey,
yeah,
send my
yeah.
daughter here.
Yeah.
Have my daughter.
Move that piece over here now.
Yep.
Thank you.
let's talk about Daemon Targaryen because
My favorite character
the
on
thing
the show
about-
right now.
I was going to say. His character keeps getting deeper. He has
My
a
dude.
lot of emotion. He's nice to Rhaenyra. Obviously, we know where this is going. Him and
Oh,
Rhaenyra,
yeah.
they got to be getting
Oh, yeah.
together.
She
Yeah.
likes him. He likes her. That's obvious.
So now he steals an egg from them that was supposed to be meant for that child who died.
Yes.
I guess they were going to name him Balon or something.
Balin, yes, and she was the one who picked the egg to go in.
She
there.
picked the egg. He stole the egg for a bastard child and a wedding
That wasn't real.
that
Was
wasn't
not
real. So
I like the guy. He's
It's
like, I
like-
could be real. I can knock up right now if I want to. I mean,
he was so basically you're saying he did that all for attention.
Yeah.
And
Doing it for the clout, bro.
Even when the and he's on Dragonstone. He's not supposed to be on Dragonstone.
No.
He's supposed to be with his wife in the Vale.
where his king told him to go.
And he's like, the Vale is a cold, high mountains. It's a shitty place. He's like, fuck that. He went to Dragonstone, which is basically their other throne.
Yes,
That's
I know.
their. So and he's just sitting there, and he says the mistress, whatever,
Yeah.
the huh.
Yes.
I hate that word, so I'm gonna say huh. He says he's
That's what
gonna
it is,
marry.
right?
Yeah.
He's just like sitting at Dragonstone. I forget my point. He said he's gonna.
It's about the who.
Fuck. Never mind. I forgot.
It was well worth it.
Well, yes, it was worth it for the. And that's what it will be from now on.
Why? Okay, so why would he do? What attention is he trying to get? Why would he? What is the meaning of all of it? And when he says to that girl, the hua, he says, she goes, "I'm scared because you just put me in a bad spot." And he's basically like, "My brother won't hurt us."
Right.
Well, he knows
So
it.
obviously that's what he. So
That's
He's
the
just
thing.
antagonizing his brother.
Back to the king's, decision making skills, bro.
Is it a weird way of trying to get him to bring him back? Is this some weird?
is he trying to make him miss him?
Yeah, that's what I'm
and bring
thinking.
him back
That's
in?
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Because if you think about it, what Daemon told him, he's like, "You're my brother. I would protect you."
Yes, and I think he means that.
And I think you could feel it too in that episode. I think he was told, the actor, that Matt Smith or whatever his name was told, mean that shit.
Yeah.
Because that's what I felt.
Yeah, I totally felt it. He meant that shit for real.
So yeah, so he's trying to get attention to go back to his brother. It's like a family sibling rivalry, but playing out in the Game of Thrones, Targaryen fire and blood world. It's
But yo,
amazing.
I
And
mean,
at some point turned really bad.
Tell me this though, when you saw the king jump up and be like, "I'll go into Dragonstone and drag it back here myself to face justice," I'm like, oh yeah,
Right.
you know,
Like,
yes,
well, that was another interesting thing. I'm talking about
Come
riding
on, son.
dragons. Talk about riding
just
dragons.
drop right into like,
where is Ed when you need him?
exactly, yeah,
Viserys is the last person to ride Balerion the Dread,
yeah.
the biggest dragon ever.
Yeah.
Rhaegar's original dragon. Viserys is the last rider of that dragon before that dragon died. So he actually rode that dragon.
Yeah.
But that's the last dragon he rode. He never rode another dragon after that. Pretty crazy.
Why?
You only rode him once,
I have
right?
no idea.
You only rode him just that one time, and that was it.
I don't know. I don't even. Is that what it was?
I rode the dragon once. That one time, yeah, that was it. And then,
Okay.
Yeah.
I just know he was the last one to ride him. That's what I remember hearing. Now, what do you think about Rhaenyra and Daemon together? She just flies over there with the dragon. First of all,
That was
that you were talking about the Queen that Never Was, Rhaenys, and she tells her like, you're never going to be a leader and all that stuff that you were talking about. Well, that was Rhaenyra. When I say both their names,
I know,
mess up.
yeah.
That's
That's why I call her the queen and never was.
Yeah.
I think that was her prove it moment. Like, I'm going to fly over there and get the egg myself.
I agree with you.
But
Yeah,
there's
definitely.
this family dynamic of Daemon knows his brother's not going to hurt him. Rhaenyra knows her uncle
Won't hurt her.
won't hurt her, but they have like a weird relationship, which I think they're going to get married. I'm
Yeah,
calling it
it's-
now.
yeah.
Rhaenyra, Daemon,
It's the bees.
marriage.
For sure. For sure.
And that's definitely going to lead to the Mad King because that's uncle and
Yeah.
niece. That's too
It's
close.
getting
they
too
be,
close.
yeah, man.
Too close.
But that's what they do. It's,
it's
too
like
close.
tail having peas.
Yes, but-
Yeah.
It's like there's a lot of love between all these people who have potential problems.
Yeah.
And
Cousin
when,
loving.
when people, I don't know, man, when you have like a lot of like passion, that makes for a good story.
As far as it goes, it is still going very, very well.
We cannot end this without mentioning this crab feeder, just for a moment.
Okay, it's fine.
Nuts.
Did you
That's
see
disgusting.
the visual? Not
Yes.
only was he was
They were
nailing
alive.
them.
They were alive.
You see the leg.
Switch, because he was getting bit. And can you, do you know how small a crab's mouth is?
Yeah.
So they got to nibble.
Well, the thing is, they're
Crab
pinching
nibble.
off
Yeah,
pieces and
yes.
Yo, they nail you. It's
Yeah.
not something that'll kill you,
No.
but it'll hurt like
Yes,
a
it will.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you get eaten by little
by
crabs.
crabs.
Little crabs. They're not big
No,
motherfuckers.
the
It's going-
little
Till
joints.
you die.
Yeah.
Till death.
Oh, it's the
Yeah.
worst.
And what kind of face was on his? What kind of helmet or face
He
mask?
was wearing something. I don't
something.
know.
Yeah.
Creepy shit. But yeah, I can't wait to see that.
Now,
fight.
who's he going to be? Is his name going to have any meaning? Is he a Targaryen bastard? Who
Dude,
is that motherfucker? 'Cause
All
it
you
is
need
the
to do
second
is just fly
son.
over there with the dragons, just burn the whole beach.
Yep.
It's a wrap.
Crabs and all.
Yeah.
They always say the same thing. You're like, oh, Game of Thrones is the best show. They go, the book's even better. Oh, the book's better, really. I watch the show, I see naked people have sex and then sword fight to death. And you're sitting there with your eyes closed. Oh, I could only imagine what that would be like.